Hello, celebrity gossip enthusiasts. I'm Us Weekly's entertainment director, Travis Cronin, and you're listening to Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast. Today, as always, I am lucky to be joined by my co-hosts. Elon Musk's new baby may be Exa dark, but she's Exa light. Sarah Huron.
Are you making me one of Elon Musk and Grimes' kids right now?
I sure am. They were extra dark, but you came out Exa light.
Wow.
Sarah Huron.
I reject that intro, but hi, Travis.
Hello, it's a pale joke. Well, Sarah, we have more pale jokes to come, but we also have royals at the rodeo, celeb babies who deserve so much better, including Exolite, a reconciling couple, a breakup, Kanye's emo phase, and much more. But first, let's get into our woes of the week. These are the celebrity news stories that just made our co-hosts go aghast. Former baby girl Sarah Huron, what made you go whoa this week?
All right, Travis, bring in the dancing lobsters. Amanda Bynes is trying to get freed of her conservatorship. I think it's going to happen. Her parents seem to be on board. And now, she's going to court. And to prepare for court, Amanda Bynes is getting rid of that hideous, heinous heart tattoo that she got on her face back in December 2019. I remember seeing this tattoo for the first time, like it was yesterday, because one of my cousins actually texted me and said, "Is this real?" And said, Bynes swooping in with the biggest story of 2019 before the year ends, because it was New Year's Eve. So yes. So if you haven't seen it, there are pictures on the internet. It's this little heart under one of her eyes, right, like near her nose. It's so ugly. And she is getting it removed, and she showed the progress on her Instagram, and it's faded out. It looks pretty good for, I don't know where she is in the process, but tattoo removals are never great. I heard they're really painful. I don't think it always goes that great. Sometimes you have to end up getting something else over it, and on your face, it's intense. So I think there's always going to be a lot of makeup involved, but it looks pretty good so far, all things considered, for tattoo removal. It looks better than the wedding date that Jana Kramer's trying to get off her wrist right now.
Well, it helps as a person who's gotten their tramp stamp removed. It helps if you are pale with a dark black tattoo, which Amanda Bynes is. It's all about the color discrepancy. That's what the laser picks up on.
Good inside info.
Thank you. Good insider tip. And yes, it hurts more than anything else in the world. So good luck to Amanda Bynes, who is speaking out after her conservatorship. And I hope she has her fashion degree. It's a little unsure of what's happening. She's been in fashion school for 4 years. I hope she's graduated and starts a line, because I will line up to buy it.
I hope she gets back into acting. I know it probably won't happen, but those glory days of Amanda Bynes in those movies, she's the man, What a Girl Wants, all that, The Amanda Show, she was just so talented. And I know it took her down a bad path, but if she really is in a good place, I would love to see Amanda Bynes. Lindsay Lohan is coming back to Netflix. Can we get Amanda Bynes in a Netflix movie?
Yes, Amanda Bynes for Hulu.
With Britney doing the soundtrack.
Oh, okay,
Free
now you're
queens.
just toying with us. Toying with us. I think the last movie she did was when she played Penny in Hairspray.
Which, by the way, Amanda Bynes great in that as well. Or Easy A might have been after.
Oh, Easy A was so great. Well, we wish that she comes back. I also wish better for Elon Musk and Grimes's daughter, because she did real grimy to her daughter. They welcomed a secret baby that we had no idea happened, but she was in a Vanity Fair article, and the baby started to scream in the background, which let the cat out of the bag.
Did you read that cover story? It's really wild.
Yes, it is. What stood out to you the most? Because everything Grimes does is wild and weird, so I'm a little jaded to it.
Right. Well, obviously the definition of the kid's name and stuff was bizarre, which I know I'm sure you'll
Extra
explain,
dark
but
Citadel.
Yeah. And they call her X, and obviously the son is Y. They call her Y and the son is X.
They call her Y and the son is X. Sidereal, also known as Y, which makes no sense at all.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's just a bunch of words. But reading the whole exchange between the journalist who was writing the story and her hearing a baby, and Grimes making a reference to a second baby, but then being wait, did you have another baby? And Grimes freezing up and kind of insinuating she didn't know what she was at liberty to say about her own kid. And then being like, I don't know what I was thinking, just trying to hide that when there's a baby here. And then the journalist being like, am I an asshole for pointing it out? Like it was quite the dynamic, but yeah, baby Y is here. How exciting.
And it's Exa Dark. Good luck. Of course, Dark to Grimes in that interview, she said, is a tribute to the unknown. So great for this child. Here is your dark unknown path. Sorry, Exa Dark unknown path. It's just not good. It is also inspired by her favorite Lord of the Rings character, Galadrius. So sorry, Lord of the Rings fan out there. He's the one who abdicated the ring in Lord of the Rings. All right, Kanye may have asked why no one told him he's dead, but she'll come for you if you leave her on red, Miss Gwen Flamberg.
True that. I'm not exactly sure what it means, but okay. Hi, guys.
I really tried to give you guys Real Housewives taglines today. All right, Gwen, what story made you go whoa this week?
You guys, this like red carpet fabulousness just continues. Did you guys catch the ACMs?
I did.
I mean, the show was whatever, but Dolly Parton, 76-year-old Dolly Parton in a mirrored catsuit. If that didn't make you all collectively go, whoa, I don't know what's happening. Are you even alive?
Agreed.
I loved every single thing that Dolly wore. She is my goddess. And if you guys haven't seen all the photos from the red carpet, please go to usmagazine.com/stylish to see the good, the bad, the downright wacky. The ACMs this year had everything when it came to fashion.
Country girl, shake it for me.
Dolly Parton, my wallet has always been Dolly in a shining ethereal light, and she is really just serving up that messiahness all on the ACMs. She is the best thing about, all of us and really this country at large. Well, let us get into some news because Kanye West is still at it, attacking Kim. Now, his new music video, Easy, which we talked about the lyrics that he has for Pete, i.e. Skeet Davidson, has some visuals, and he is shown decapitating, burying, tying him up, burying alive, sorry. And it's the song that has the lyric, God save me from that crash so I could just beat Davidson's ass. And now he is showing major depictions of violence against Pete Davidson in his video, which doesn't quite feel right to me, but Kanye disagrees. And he wrote on Instagram, art is therapy, just like this view. Art is protected as freedom of speech. Art inspires and simplifies the world. Art is not a proxy for any ill or harm. Any suggestions otherwise about my art is false and malintended. Well, Kanye, enjoy my false and malintended observation that when you provoke violence against somebody, it sort of negates the First Amendment. It's sort of a big caveat there that you're not allowed to spark violence or anything like that. Did you guys watch the claymation? Was surprisingly great. Shout out to whoever did the claymation, but the decapitation and the burying and the assault was a little much.
Totally aggressive, too aggressive. I don't know why Kanye just continues this crusade of ugliness, although I do know why he does, because he is not well, but really he needs to be reined in.
Yeah. And I think we had a source telling us that because there were some reports saying, that Pete tries to laugh this stuff off. And I think in the past that was true. But then we had a source tell us this time he's still trying to take the high road and just stay out of it. But it's like getting to the point where this is a little scary. And I think that that's fair. And I think Kim, our source said, longs for the day when this is over and is just trying to keep her head high and go past it. And it's so interesting when you still see them like stepping out, looking so happy together because and not that I don't want them to be, but it's almost like it must be worth it because this torture, you know what I mean? Like this relationship they have must be worth it for both of them to be going through this. I don't want them to be bow down to Kanye by any means, but I feel like I would. I'd be like, I'm over this. If we break up, will you leave me alone? Which I don't want her to do, but it kind of makes me believe in that relationship even more that they are sticking together during this, taking the high road. And I also just have to say that I used Skeet in Wordle the other day and it worked and it helped me almost win. It was when it was sweet. So just throwing that out there for everyone.
Oh my God. When was Wordle sweet? I don't remember
that. 2 or 3 days ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's more uncomfortable for Kim, this kinds of never ending love triangle, or the fact that she had to wear like tape to the Balenciaga show. She was wrapped in very high end caution tape to go to the Balenciaga fashion show during Paris Fashion Week. Because Balenciaga wanted to get some attention, and they certainly did. She looks real uncomfortable. It was real hard for her to walk.
Yeah, everyone was like, how did she go to the bathroom? And I was like, did you not see the Kardashians episode of the Met Gala where she just says she doesn't, or she would pee herself? Like, Kim is not worried about that, you guys.
Well, the show was inspired as a tribute to Ukraine. They all had to walk through the blowing winds, and Kim's outfit was inspired by, caution tape, bondage, rap, oppression was the whole vibe of the show, because Balenciaga's lead creative designer is from the Ukraine. So they almost canceled the show, but that was Kim's inspiration. The not having to pee was just a fun added bonus for her. Well, Sarah, there's a lot of back and forth between the famous liberal Democrat vegan hippie and a person who doesn't want to get vaccinated sports player. Shailene and Aaron may be reconciling, possibly healing our nation from a political divide with their contentious relationship. Tell us if that is true or what is going on.
Oh, God help us if Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers is what heals the nation. But no, yeah, we reported earlier this year that they had called off their relationship. They were taking some time apart, and they've since been spotted together a few times. They were at one of his teammates' weddings together in Montecito, California on March 5th. Miles Teller and his wife were also there, which Aaron Rodgers officiated. So someone trusts him to, bless a marriage. They have since been spotted together in Florida. And a source tells us that they certainly had their differences, and ultimately their relationship didn't work. This is what the original source said. They thought they were a good match in the beginning, but they got to know each other, they realized their careers, their interests, and political views were not aligned. Now, obviously, after the breakup made headlines, which makes me think that maybe they broke up a little while ago and then it came out. So then once it came out, you had Aaron Rodgers posting all these kind of not Kanye, I won't compare him to Kanye, but public apologies and gushing over Shailene on Instagram. Nothing threatening and nothing, whatever, but a little bit, taking the public route. And a source has since told us that Aaron is attempting to win her back. He thinks their differences don't matter and they'd be a good fit, but Shailene doesn't quite know if she wants to get back together yet.
It is a very strange relationship, but there must be something keeping them together, because they seem like they shouldn't work out. So like deep down inside, there's a little part of me that wants them to work it out, because they're so
not
different.
Into it.
Me either.
You think
not
it's toxic and horrible?
Danica Patrick and her guy just broke up. I shipped those two.
Interesting.
Danica and Aaron, I mean.
Right. Danica and Aaron, right.
They just seem to have way more in common than he and Shailene, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm still reeling over how irresponsible it was for him to just be so publicly cuckoo about the unvaxxing, because I think that really weighed on Shailene and her work. You can't get insured to be on a working set if you're unvaxxed. And I just think it was a bad look for both of them. And I don't know. I'm not into it. I think they just both need to grow.
One more coronavirus spike or variant, would they break up again? Is it because right now everything's a little calm? What if we get, YX, the Grimes children get together and there's
exactly
COVID variant and then they break up again? That's what I feel like would happen. I don't think this has any longevity. Maybe. Oh yeah, no.
Wow, their relationship is a microcosm for all of the COVID-19 strains. Who would have thought? Celebrities really are just like us. Well, a lady who we are just learning her name, Chani Jones. Know who she is? She is Kanye West's new girlfriend, muse. I don't really know what to call these ladies in his life until he tells me to. But she looks just like Kim Kardashian. And she has been told that on social media because it is a little eerie. But Chani Jones, just trying to say that so we remember, tried to fix some misinformation on her Instagram that has since been deleted, but she is getting a lot of Kim Kardashian comparisons, and people were saying that she got facial work, body work, all work to look just like Kim and is now dating Kanye. And it's sort of a single white female, or if you're younger, swim fan, sort of, I'm going to take over her life.
If you're really younger, the roommate with Leighton Meester and Minka Kelly.
That's what I was thinking about. Yes, the roommate too with Minka Kelly. She also has another movie on Netflix that is exactly the same right now. Minka really has a niche. But Chani Jones, she is no single white female because she showed a photo of herself from the back, showing off her pre-BBL body. She says, I was 20 here. This was before my BBL. Same face, same nose. I've never had a denial about my surgery, talking about the BBL. But to answer everyone's questions, yes, I had a BBL, but I've always been thick before surgery. She shared this. She also shared some facts about herself. So fun facts about Chani Jones. She is Black, mixed and white ancestry, she says. She is the COO of a behavioral health organization. She is currently studying for her master's, and she has a 4.0 GPA. And the most important thing that she wants you to know is that she did not have facial surgery to look like Kim Kardashian.
She didn't have facial surgery to look like Kim Kardashian, the same way Larsa Pippen didn't have any surgeries to look like Kim Kardashian, the same way Kim Kardashian didn't have any surgeries to look the way people are now having surgeries to look like her. I mean, are we kidding here, people? Like, what?
I mean, nothing says behavioral therapist like a Brazilian butt lift. Just saying.
Shout out to you for that 4.0 though.
Yeah, and getting her master's, I'm honestly impressed. But that's a really good question. It's sort of like a chicken or an egg. Did Kim Kardashian, did the LA face that everybody has on Instagram come first, or did Kim Kardashian come first? They're all trying to get that same level of beauty that we can all purchase. But I don't really know what came first. I think it's less weird on her that she looks just like Kim Kardashian, and more weird that Kanye is dating a clone. But she also posted that bikini picture yesterday, which is like a complete ripoff of like the same bathing suit, same background of a Kim photo. So it really is swim fan, single white female.
Totally.
Totally. She's knows what she's doing. It's Julia Fox of her, like running to the cut to give, rundowns of the dates. That now it's just it's an even less lame version because she doesn't have anyone interviewing her. It's just Instagram thirst traps.
Yep. God bless it. Well, Gwen, speaking of Instagram thirst trap, Queen Elizabeth II is moving out of her home. Tell us a little bit why she's moving. And no, she did not post an Instagram thirst trap.
We can only hope.
Yes.
I mean, that would make my life. It really would. I mean, listen, she has been all smiles. Did you guys see that photo of her greeting Justin Trudeau, which was her first in-person meeting since she recovered from COVID? And
very much alive.
I would be all smiles with Justin Trudeau too, but she just looked so adorable. Did my heart right. So the Times of London reported that the Queen is moving officially out of Buckingham Palace and will be staying at Windsor Castle, which is where she's been actually through the pandemic. Apparently, there are renovations going on at Buckingham Palace that are going to go through until 2027, and it's not really suitable for somebody to be living long term. So while it is, like Royal HQ, the Queen has spent many a year during her tenure at Windsor. Windsor is much more cozy, shall we say?
And the palace.
It's still a pretty big place, but it's a bit cozier. Her sons, Prince Edward and Prince Andrew, live nearby, and makes sense to me because there are many like really lovely memories at Windsor. She's comfortable there. It's a bit more in the country. God bless. We don't need her to be at Buckingham Palace.
It's her family homestead. I'm glad the Queen is moving there and that she is very much alive. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for their royal sources. She is very much alive. Picture evidence. All right. Well, let's talk about Kim Kardashian for our first time on this podcast.
Yes. We really are just going to go every other Kardashian topic instead of one fell swoop, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. No. It's nice to pepper in some Kardashians, just as the Lord Kris Jenner intended. Sarah Huron, what can you tell us about the new Variety cover story for their Hulu doc? They're everywhere, making money, being boss ladies. Tell us what's going on.
Like a boss. Remember that Sheena Shea Lala commercial? Anyway,
yes.
Yes, the Kardashians are on the cover of Variety this week, looking great. No shock there. It's a pretty lengthy story. A lot of repetitive information about like their upcoming or their rise to fame, but the new stuff was a lot of the Hulu show, which is being described by the reporter and them as basically bougie keeping up with the Kardashians. The Hulu budget is bigger. Kim mentions drones in the first shot. That was something she wanted. No, gone are the days of E where they felt like they had restrictions because the episodes had to be shorter. They obviously used to be 30 minutes. Then they became an hour. Kim was kind of saying that maybe on this show that isn't a problem. So I assume they'll be all different lengths, which you see on streaming all the time. We don't quite need Inventing Anna, but maybe, an extra bonus scene here or there. And Kim was asked if Pete, for the first time on the record, I believe, was going to be on the show. And she said, I have not filmed with him. I'm open to it. But it's not really what he does, which it's like, it can be what he does. I think it's what he does now, Kimmy. But she said that he will not be on the show, but she will talk about him. So we're going to get from her side of the story, which is exciting because she's been saving it, I assume, which I get it, for us to watch this show, which I was planning to anyway. And then Kanye also was asked about, and she, a lot has changed. She kind of said in the beginning of the production of the show, he's in the first couple episodes he was filming. He was very much the co-parenting, the dynamic, and then something switched. And she did say that she's never going to talk badly about the father of her child on the show because the kids can watch it, which I understand. But I think this is going to be hard to avoid. I think we're going to, they're going to beat around the bush. We're going to know what she's talking about when Kim in the first half of the season is happy and the second half of the season maybe isn't so happy. Same thing with Chloe. She said, I don't want to talk about Tristan welcoming a third child with another woman, but we're going to because that's what we promised to do.
You talked about the second one. I mean, might as well talk about the third one.
Exactly. That's what happens on this television program. They're all getting paid the same amount of money. And then the other thing that obviously, so I'm really excited for the show. First of all, I'm just really pumped. I've missed the Kardashians and I've seen every episode. But then Kim also, of course, talked about business and talked about her advice for women in business. And it was very simple. Do the effing work, which I'm Team Kimmy, come for me, everyone. But the internet is mocking her, born with money, privilege, people saying that, maybe there's been allegations that the Kardashians haven't treated employees the fairest, all very in the past, with pay, on allegations that we cannot prove or deny. So just throwing them out there, but we can't really get into. But I think Kim does work hard, and I don't care. Everyone come for me on the YouTube comments, come for me on the podcast reviews. I don't care. I think that Kim does work hard. So
I do too.
Totally. I completely agree. She does work really hard.
Daughter of Robert Kardashian, but there's.
Yeah. I mean, she did study to pass that baby bar for the third time, she didn't do all that work in law school like a lot of people who want to be lawyers do, but she does negotiate some, her mom negotiates things really well. She does work hard. I mean, getting into that tape and getting out of it, that was hard. That was at least a couple of hours. Yes.
Looking pristine and amazing and showing up places and photo shoots takes a lot of time. And while sitting in a makeup chair might not be manual labor, it still requires a lot of your time. And she puts a lot of time in there.
This just reminds me of, I don't know if you read Kourtney's Bustle cover story from a few weeks ago, but there was a line in there was like about Kourtney is like, coming back to the show and how this time it's going to be different and how happy she is with Travis, yada, yada, yada. But the best part was Kourtney talking about like how hard, she works with the balance of Poosh and being a mom and whatever. And she talks about how early she gets up to work out. And there was a line that said, through a representative for Kourtney clarified that she gets up earlier than two of her sisters. Like this like shady line because Kris Jenner gave a quote like we all get up, we all grind, and there was a subtext like Kourtney gets up earlier than two unnamed sisters, and I was like, this is give me that show.
Seriously,
I wonder who the two are.
I'm sure
probably
it will be
Kendall and Chloe.
We'll have to wait to the premiere of the Hulu series to find out.
Just because Chloe seems to have less going on, and maybe Kylie, but unless Kylie doesn't have a baby nurse, then Kylie and Kendall, I would say. But Chloe seems to have the least amount of maybe early obligation.
True.
Love you, Chloe.
Love you, Chloe. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this headline, but Prince Harry was spotted at the rodeo in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, this is a famous rodeo in Fort Worth. It is the Stockyards Championship Rodeo at the Cowtown Coliseum. That's a mouthful. This past Saturday, and a local paper there was writing, Prince Harry traded his family's crown for a cowboy hat on the weekend for a visit to Cowtown. He enjoyed some good Southern hospitality. He had a VIP tour of the venue, and it's sort of strange that he attended the rodeo, but I mean, he was an equestrian. His grandmother is a huge equestrian. But the Stockyards Rodeo show, he was hanging out there. He was just by himself getting a tour. We assume that he was in business, there on business for a different thing. He works too. Shout out to Kim Kardashian. But he has a love of all things equestrian, so maybe he just stopped over there. Well, I mean, everything sort of seems to be planned with Meghan, but Harry really, I believe, could have just wanted to go see some horses. What do you guys think?
I thought it was really cute. Like, I kind of love that he was there. Listen, nothing about these two surprised me anymore, and they're going to show up in really weird places. I mean, really weird.
Well, it's very Americana. It's a good way to get indoctrinated to what is going on. Well, let's talk about Kelly Clarkson's divorce, because by the numbers, it is pretty crazy. Of course,
Kelly Brienne, if she likes.
Sorry, Kelly Brienne. Kelly Brienne let us throw her father's name away. She doesn't want to be associated with him anymore. Kelly Brienne and Brandon Blackstock, who we can't talk enough crap about here, because boo. That's right, boo him. He's terrible and stole our money.
Down with Blackstock.
Down with Blackstock. We hate you. Well, sort of up with Blackstock, because he was just given a one-time payment of $1.3 million, as well as monthly child support of $45,601 for their two children, River Rose and Remington Alexander. It's really, really sad. Luckily, he has to pay $2,000 a month for the Montana property that he stays. And he is just getting like a ton of money. I don't understand. He is getting $150,000 per month for spousal support and $45,601 for child support, which is a lot of cash. Now, I love when the celebrity divorces, we get to see how they divvy up the assets. Kelly Brienne will get the family pets, cars, including the Ford Bronco and Ford F-50 and Porsche Cayenne, as well as a flight simulator. Blackstock will get the farm cattle, livestock, stock dogs, and horses, a couple other Ford trucks, an ATV, and cat snowmobiles. He will also walk away with a golf simulator and a couple of expensive watches. Now, I don't know if it's just my innate sexism that doesn't think that he deserves all of this spousal support, but it seems excessive, along with a $1 million payment.
Yeah. Also, from what I understand, which I'm no lawyer, as I like to say on this podcast, but I've read a document or two. The kids will be in Montana once a month, and he can go to LA to see them whenever, but they're based in LA.
Yeah.
So what is all this child support for? Is every time River and Remy come to Montana, we're going all out, going to a ranch, doing a whole party, Prince Harry's coming over? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't get it. Obviously, Kelly Clarkson just makes a lot of freaking money. Yeah. And it kind of reminds me of, not to compare it to Jana Kramer, but just wanted out and wanted the divorce and is just like agreeing to things to like agree to them. I mean, again, I don't know, like maybe this is considered fair in some sense of court, but to me it doesn't. Yes. And only $2,000 for the rent. Like, but his rent is like mine.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's strange. Gwen, what do you think about all of this? Does this seem normal in terms of, you covered a lot of celebrity divorces? Does this seem excessive, about the same?
Their whole life sort of seemed excessive if they had like flight simulators and golf simulators. And I don't know, they were like simulating marriage for a while, but it didn't work. I completely agree with Sarah. I don't understand why he's getting all of this child support. I mean, obviously she is one of the highest paid women in Hollywood. She has so much money. So the fact that he's getting that massive amount of spousal support, that's just, marrying someone with a lot of money and obviously not having the best prenup. But listen, I still believe in love.
There's another source that says, or another outlet said he has to pay $12,500.
No, we confirmed that it's $2,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We confirmed we were looking into that yesterday, but it is 2,000. Thank you to my hosts, Sarah and Gwen, for helping me spill all of this piping hot and Kardashian heavy celebrity this week. Again, this is Travis Cronin on Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast with your weekly peek into the glamour, glitter, fashion, favorite celebrities. Because after all, you know what, guys?
They're just like us.
With more money and access. Thank you, guys. We'll be back
And
next
surgery.
week. And surgery. Yes.
Bigger butts.
And way bigger butts.
Better
All right.
faces.
Thank you, guys.